Hey there guys, how you doing? I'm Yalik, and I haven't done an op video in quite a while where I talked. Usually I just put subtitles and stuff and let the hit play out, but in this case I'm going to take a hit that I just did. You can see my statues are still glowing. I double dipped for last operation and this operation. This is my crab account, so the first hit that I did was to kill Rogue. Perfect setup, because I've got so much damage. I've got a little GBE, enough to get where I needed to go on that hit, and then a lot of troop damage, so just melted through the shield on Rogue and killed the core like nothing, which is awesome. Started this new operation, and I had my pick of bases to choose from. So I happened to look at this Tapir 226 first. Didn't look at the Waterloo. This was a hopper here. Didn't look at the Waterloo. Didn't think it would be very productive to look at Waterloo because I only have 3 GBE on this account, and Waterloo is a long walk, usually requiring at least 3 or 4 shocks. So the first base that I looked at, as I look at it now, it still doesn't look very productive. So the first base I looked at was Tapir, and I knew I could do it, so I went ahead and I hit it. In retrospect, possibly I could have done something with the Phobos, but there was a lot to farm. But then again, there were a lot of shocks as well, so who knows. Regardless, this was the hit that I chose. I looked at it, it looked good, I went for it. So I have a boat of bombardiers, which we're going to kill off, and then 7 boats of Zuka, and I brought Bullet and Taunt. And the reason I went with Bullet and Taunt, health here is close to 800%, so that makes this about just under 1.8 million total. And there is a CMO in the normal path that you would use if you were going for the standard kill zone, is near this building health statue. Only 2 shocks from there. Doesn't range. So you've got machine guns and rocket launchers over here, and then there is a doom cannon here, kind of a weird thing to be there, but you'd shock normally on the machine guns and flamethrowers and stuff. So, like, you could just throw a critter or something for the doom cannon. But I was just avoiding that path generally because of the CMO. Hindsight, probably could have used that path, and if you do enough of a delay drop for brick, you know, let the Zukas get up to just under where these mines are. You clear the mines first, obviously, but, you know, let the Zukas walk up the beach a little bit and then drop brick late, you'd probably be okay. However, I just kind of wanted to do the hit this way with Bullet and Taunt, so I went ahead and did it. Cleared some mines here on the beach, cleared some mines here and back here. Anyway, so dropped the bombardiers who were working there while I was talking, and was able to clear all of this stuff just by dropping them a little bit short and letting them walk into their kill zone. So all of the machine guns, they way outrange the machine guns, so those are going to die. But then the snipers, their range is pretty close to the range of a sniper, so if you just let the bombardiers walk up and decide when to shoot, they will outrange the snipers. If you try to place them, sometimes you'll kind of walk them into range of the snipers. Either way, they did their job and got me a whole bunch of GBE down here, and also saved me some smoke, because now I don't need to smoke until really I'm in range of these mortars up here, but I'm going to smoke a little bit earlier. However, don't absolutely have to, so that's saving GBE on the back end of this hit. And then took advantage of this CMO here and these boom cannons over here to eliminate the bombardiers, because bombardiers are great for starting your hit and not great for finishing your hit. Kill zone is going to be up here with this bullet taunt thing that I'm going to do. Zukas need to be back here, like between all of these boom cannons, and I really don't want the bombardiers alive when I get to that point because the bombardiers totally mess up your Zuka positioning in the kill zone. They cause everything to spread around them. Nothing, for some reason, I don't know why, but nothing can stand near them. So if there's anything standing near them, it has to like displace itself and go elsewhere, so the Zukas will just spread like crazy. So bombardiers are great for starting your hit, and then you want them to pass on, shall we say. So a SEMO is great for that because it's got long range, and same with the boom cannons. They both outrange the bombardiers, so a perfect setup here. They do their job. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 buildings killed, so 33 GBE gotten for me, which is fantastic, because again, this is a crab account with only 3 GBE statues, and that is more than enough for what I need to do here to complete this hit. So, bombardiers are dead. We're ready to go. Don't need to start smoking until really relatively late. Get the Zuka started. My path is going to go up these mortars, see here, and going to go past these machine guns. Gonna start smoking shortly after this. Delayed drop bullet just a tiny bit, but not a whole lot. Don't want the Zukas to range too far right, don't want them to run into this boom mine, so those flare points were actually pretty carefully picked, so as to keep the Zukas walking along these lines of buildings and defenses and stuff. Kind of conservative on that middle flare. This last flare back here, I could have gone straight back here, but I decided I didn't want bullet jumping too far ahead, so that's why I decided to do the mid flare there. Gonna be a little bit late on this next bit that happens. Really would have liked bullet to be standing kind of between these two machine guns here. He's going to get a little further than that before I shock him. Let's see. So 2 smokes, and so I missed by, it looks like about 2 tiles there. Doesn't make a huge difference here. In some cases it really does. But from here you can see the bullet is going to taunt. I got a little bit lucky. He's going to taunt all of this stuff, and he's definitely going to taunt this mortar. Those are the things that I really need him to taunt, these top machine guns and this mortar. He is going to taunt the Doom Cannon from where he ends up standing. I would have liked him a little bit lower just to make sure of that, but it ends up working out for me. Sometimes better to be lucky than good, right? And then from there, the only things that I really have to worry about are these mortars over here. This is kind of a nice Tapir. Normally there's stuff up here that you might have to worry about, and in this case there is not that. So just these mortars over here are the only shocks that I need to do. Once I get bullet into place, the Zuka's into place, taunt going, and everybody working on the core, it's really just this stuff left to be concerned about. So, cool layout, very, very helpful for me. Bullet taunts all of that stuff. It kind of, I don't know if it would have mattered if he missed the Doom Cannon, for example. It probably would have targeted Bullet anyway, and this machine gun wasn't going to make a, I mean, it looks like it's ranging 1 Zuka there. Wouldn't have made a big difference anyway, but really, ideally, would have had Bullet just a tiny, tiny bit lower. Anyway, as I said, this core was, what, 1.8 million, and with 7 troop damage, just absolutely melts as the Zukas, 7 boats of Zukas, so we're short a boat too. 7 boats of Zukas working on that core with that much damage, and even have the extra GBE for some celebratory medkits there. Totally, like, the damage and with these Zukas with that much damage, like, they just shred these cores, and it's fantastic. If you can get there, and if you can focus your Zukas on the core, and if you can buy them just a tiny bit of time, the cores just kind of wither, which is really, really fun. Not a perfect hit, but a really, really fun hit to look at, and I took one quick look at it and just knew that this was what I wanted to do with this base, because it's a really cool base. It's a long walk for somebody who's only got 3 GBE, and I really love figuring out these alternative ways to beat these bases without having, you know, 6 or 7 GBE, 5 GBE, like normally you would have on an operation account. So I enjoyed that. Hope you enjoy that. If you do, hit the thumbs up video, the subscribe button, blah blah blah, all that. You know how it goes. You know, if you like it, you'll come back. If not, well, anyway. Yeah, that's all I've got. Cool hit. Enjoyed it myself. Hope you did too. Take care.